Hi, everybody. This is a little video of optional art project 3.5. This is part two of the Fauves. And this is the watercolor that I did in previous lessons. And this is the work of art that I'm working from. So I kind of did the complementary colors. I didn't kind of, I really did do the complementary colors. And now I'm going to work in oil pastels and lay down a coating of pastels that closely mimic this piece of artwork by Albert Mouquet, the Louvre Embankment. Now, just to go over the fact that the Fauves always used wild brushstrokes. And, the thing about them is that, it was almost like the paint is dancing on the surface. Now, sometimes they used really high intensity color to show vibrancy. And sometimes they used low intensity colors, right? So this painting is an example of a fauve artist painting something very wildly and expressively with low intensity colors. And so, yeah, I just want to make sure that you understand that difference between in some of the Fauve's artwork. Okay, so I'm going to get started. This area up here, the sky in this painting is kind of this pink coral color. So I'm going to start to work with that. And basically, I'm going to use some red, some orange, and some white. And I think what I'm going to do first, and I'm also going to try to um, use the white in such a way that some of the green, I know it's really bright here, some of the green, if I hold it sideways, because the sun is so bright, you can see I'm going to try to allow some of the green to show through. So I'm just going to start to scribble. This is the Eiffel Tower here in the background. And I'm going to put down a layer of white oil pastels that I can start to kind of like smear my other colors like kind of like into. So I'm going to use my finger and it almost starts to look like oil paint, really, which I kind of love. That you can kind of paint with these. Now, in Edio, they tell you a lot to make dots and such like that. And if you want to make dots, you can. You can definitely work in like more of a dot. I don't know if you can see that, kind of like more like a dot or dash kind of way just to enunciate better that whole idea of the fauves using dots. I mean, this guy that I'm mimicking, Albert Marquet, he didn't really use a lot of dots. He was more of kind of like just a really intense um, brushstroke guy. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and show you what I did in a little while. So I got most of my landscape drawn in. Here was the original and I just want to basically put a little bit more like of the pinkish tones up in here. And um just in case you're kind of doing it kind of like the way that I'm doing it, where I'm not doing a whole lot of like the dots, is I have one of these stumpy pencils that we got in our kits. And so I'll just put down some little squigglies and then I kind of rub them in with this tool and it kind of blurs those lines that you made. And if you feel like you want them to be kind of into the page a little bit more, like get rid of the lines. The white oil pastel is really great at smearing as well because it kind of puts down this extra coat of wax that just kind of lets everything kind of like become one kind of layer. It works really well. So I'm just gonna put in a little bit more of those kind of rosy tones like this and mash them around with this Sharpie. And I'm pretty much done. So there are some areas where I let the complementary color shine through where, it's not really happening on the original because this is a different assignment, but let me see if I can show you. I'll kind of hold this up. So this blue area, I put orange underneath. So that's still happening. And I had red underneath this black, and I kind of tried to let that red shine through the oil pastels. And here, this is like a pinky color. And I have this, green kind of showing through, as well as over in this area, lots of green showing through. So that's it for me, my low intensity fauve painting. This took me about a half an hour. I just kind of really scribbled as much as possible and then used the blending stick to mash the colors together. And, I don't really want you to spend a whole lot more time on it than that. So good luck. Just remember, it's all supposed to be a lot of fun.